Hi everybody and welcome to Tuesday at the shop. It's only 10:40, so we've only been open 40 minutes. We've already had a couple of customers walk in and a couple of sales. So if the day continues like this, that's fantastic. That's 100% strike rate, and definitely the gifting is now happening. So it's nice to start the day off like that. I had a dreadful night's sleep because I'm still prolonging the agony with my tooth. I haven't had it removed, and I've not had it root canaled. I think the chances are when I do get around going to the dentist, which is not my most favourite thing to do, I probably will be just getting it pulled. In the meantime, I'm just making it last. There's been a lot of peroxide and now painkillers added to the mix just to kind of get it under control, and thankfully it's feeling like it is getting under control. I've got some photographing to do of some of the stuff that Rebecca managed to get drafted yesterday, so those are going to be my immediate tasks. And also when I came in this morning, had a really lovely surprise. We had a Christmas card sent by Peter Ray from Peter Ray's Adventures YouTube channel. Thank you so much, Peter, for sending that. That is very kind of you, and it's much appreciated. Right guys, it's now just gone past 4 o'clock, and it's the first time I've really been able to sit down and chat with you guys. It's been quite a busy day. We definitely had just now a really consistently busy block between 3 and 4. The hour or two before that wasn't so busy, and that's where I took the time to get some photographs done and get some listings done for online. So I was keeping busy in that respect, which was fantastic. And then in the morning as well, when we first opened, we had a good little busy block, dealing with a lot of customers, just serving people and getting some sales. It's been a good day of sales so far, which is fantastic. I can't see us doing much, if any, more business now. Becca and I have been talking about this a lot, and we've been open for, obviously, we've been opening till 6 o'clock. Throughout the year, and obviously in the run up to Christmas on Thursday, Friday, Saturday we've been opening till 8 o'clock, and we have noticed that there is definitely a cut-off time where people just don't come out to shop. Either they're just not aware, they just don't think about it, and barely anyone will come out to shop. Part of that could just be, obviously, it's dark now, like it's pitch black outside now. It's not very appealing, it's cold, it's not the greatest weather for it, so it could just be time of year. But definitely there seems to be a busy period at certain points. So for example, as the schools are let out, that kind of period, and then in the mornings people first come out first thing in the morning around lunchtime. So there's definitely patterns that we need to see to. And one thing we've noticed is, it's not necessarily, going forward, we're not necessarily going to stay open till 6 every night. We may adjust that and give ourselves a little bit of time back. We're thinking maybe just go till 5. It's only an hour shorter, but our initial thought was to stay open till 6, so if people were finishing work, they would have time to pop through and do a bit of shopping. But I'm not 100% certain that that's necessary. I think obviously we would stay open if we had lots of work to do, but if we were just here to be open for the shop, it's not so necessary. Something to think about. I'm so grateful for the shop having a consistently busy day today. We've had a good amount of footfall, not massive, but for the high street, a good amount of footfall. And out of that footfall, most people purchased. Our strike rate is immense. That really does let Beck and I know that our pricing and our products are what the local people are after, because our strike rate is so good. For the amount of people that walk in, most of them are walking out with something. Obviously the time of year will have something to do with that, but at the end of the day you still need to have products that people want. So we are choosing and putting products on the shelf that people want at the prices that are acceptable to them. Now, one of the reasons that I'm extra happy about the shop performing well today is, let me show you today's eBay sales. Now, Rebecca had done some shipping yesterday, so there was not much to do, but as of today, was it Tuesday? This is the only thing we have sold all of Tuesday. Believe it or not, that's actually a pop vinyl keychain, a Funko Pop keychain with some void fill. We get these boxes free, so it'll go as a small parcel. But that's literally our only sale of the day. I don't know why. It just is. I mean, my promoted listings are due to be running out tomorrow, and traditionally when your promoted listings campaign is coming to an end, you start to see a drop off in your impressions, etc. So it's possible that that has something to do with it, and maybe I just need to end those now and just restart a new campaign of promoted listings. Could be that. It could be that our listing obviously hasn't been consistent since the car boots have stopped. We've been listing stuff that's been coming in, and we've started to list some used stuff that we've been digging out of, from home, etc. But it's definitely not been consistent. It could be that, obviously. Could be a number of things, but it's certainly a marked drop this week compared to the sales we have been having over the past few months. Really, we've had a really good run, so I'm not too mad that it's been a bit funny the last couple of days. I'm sure we can turn it around. Right, folks, I had to quickly nip down to the post box before it hit 6 o'clock, but as usual, I mean, I only had 2 parcels in the end. We sold another item, but so I only had 2 parcels. But as usual, by that time, like it was about 10 to 6, the post bin is just rammed full. But luckily I caught a couple, because it's right next to a sorting office, as it were, so I caught a couple of post people, and they're always lovely enough to take the parcels directly from me, which is always appreciated, because obviously otherwise I wouldn't have been able to post these, and then I wouldn't have gotten off. And I think it's really important. Now that also leads me on to talking about something else, which is just recently I was defending Hermes, and unfortunately recently, as the order that was sent out to Vivian shows, who watches the channel, sometimes you can ship things. I think we shipped a parcel out at the beginning of December and it only just arrived to her. It really does depend on who your local delivery driver is, whether they're still working, etc., how they work. That it can still be inconsistent, and that has made me again rethink, going all Hermes, because there is that lack of consistency. Whereas with Royal Mail, it's got the reputation as well, because oftentimes when a customer asks you who you're using, if you say Royal Mail, they're not going to complain. They're not going to say, "Oh, I don't, Royal Mail, they're terrible. I'd much rather you use, DPD or something." It's not likely to happen. But also they're a lot more consistent. Since we've used Royal Mail recently over a couple of parcels, we've noticed instantly some feedback coming through because of the speed of the delivery. One of the items, and bear in mind this is shipped out second class small parcel, one of the items was shipped out very late, like we took it to the parcel box very late, just before 6, and we had positive feedback because it had arrived the next day. So the buyer was absolutely thrilled that they bought the item, and it was like Amazon next day delivery, except it was just us. But it just shows that Royal Mail does offer that kind of service, which obviously you're not going to get with the Hermes delivery. So something to think about. Other than that, I've done the cashing up. Luckily we only had 1 cash transaction, so I was able to quickly finagle the cash register thing, so it's all accurate, the float's all accurate. Everything else, everyone is pretty much paying by card in the main, especially at the moment, which is understandable. So that's all sorted, and now it's just time for me to switch off the lights in the back, make sure I switch off the water heater and all that kind of stuff. And then it's time to go home. I might see if I'm going to call Beck as well and see whether I can convince her to get some Chinese or something for tonight to eat. So we haven't had that for a while, so it'd be a nice takeaway to eat. I'll catch up with you guys later.